Eureka ends in 60 days. Chapter 1. A terrible message. Jamaica is an island. A small island, that is. Jamaica is very overly warm. It's a very overly warm island. That is because it's just above the equator. But now, when I say small island, you know what I mean, right? But honestly, Jamaica loves the Olympics. There's a young man called Aiden who loves the Olympics. But coming up is the 2012 Olympics. Aiden already has what it takes to be an Olympian. Aiden thinks he's so good he doesn't even need to work out. But honestly, he really does. But who's there to tell him that? Well, he has a friend called Baron. He already tried to convince Aaron to train for the Olympics. But here's the thing. There is only 5 days left for Aiden to qualify. Aiden thinks somehow he's already in the Olympics. But if you want to be a swimmer, well, you better qualify. Baron tried one last time to get Aiden to qualify for the Olympics. Aiden, you lazy twit, yelled Baron. Get a life. Now you know you can get to the Olympics, but why don't you just go and qualify? Aiden didn't budge. He wanted to be someone special, but he thought he already was. He went to the recent World Championships, but he says he wants in the Olympics. But he can't be bothered to qualify. Aiden chucked on the TV. It was the news. Good afternoon, everyone, yelled the news reporter. Now, this is a statement nobody will believe. Not even myself for a little bit. But now, everyone knows the great Eureka. Now, we wouldn't want anything to happen to it, would we? But it seems it will. The Eureka is going to fly across the world and land in Jamaica and explode the entire country. Chapter 2. Will it be safe? Will we be safe? No! We're gonna die just like my grandpa is! No! Screamed Aiden. But the news kept going. The only way to stop this is to raise a great amount of money of $600 million. But we need it done by September 21st. That gives us 60 days. What? 60 days? That's $10 million a day, exclaimed Aaron. Wait, yes. Oh, yes. My dream, it could come true. Okay, now what am I going to do? After a little bit of thinking, Aiden decided he would offer the English government $1 million to let him pretend to be here for 60 days. There was only 2 reasons why Aiden wanted to do this. 1, he wanted to save his country. 2, he wanted to be a hero. I may not be a hero, he thought, but at least Jamaica will not die. As soon as he booked a plane for England, he booked a plane for England. After he landed, he was really lucky. He landed right next to the government house. He ran in and saw a lady. Do you have any reason to meet the government, sir? Asked the lady. Well, actually I do, but just let me go in, yelled Aaron. After he got in, the government was in his eyes. Chapter 3. Saved? He had to be brave. After all, he and his country might have suffered, but he just went for it. May I impersonate one of you for 60 days so I can get $600 million from tax so I can save my country? Why did you ask? Asked a man in the government. After seeing that news report about Jamaican going to suffer even if you aren't Jamaica impersonate me? We already have donated $50 million to start you off. Of course! Take my clothes. After the man had removed his clothes, he wasn't naked. He was almost naked, but he still had underwear on. Aiden had some sleep. He woke up the next day to have 58 days remaining. He was already in his clothes, but waiting on the table was $20 million on the table, and it said, "To Aiden, this is for Jamaica." Aiden was so happy. There was only $530 million left. The next day, thousands of people came with donations. Now, it's day 12, 20% in the 60 days, and there was $120 million in donations. each day that kept happening. On day 58, there was Chapter 4. Famous. $599,999,950 in donations. $50 left until he could save Jamaica. He had his wallet, got $50, added it to the pile, and then $600 million was there. Before he flew back, he had to pay the government. He found a note saying, "To Aiden, don't give us $1 million. We don't need it." Smiley face. Eureka was saved. Or not quite. Aiden flew to Australia, drove to the city, and ran to Eureka Tower. There was a sign saying, "If you have the money, put it on the floor next to the tower." At this point, there was 7 seconds until Eureka would start flying. Aiden sprinted. When he got to the tower, there was half a second left. Eureka started flying, but straight after Aiden dropped the money in shock. But without knowing it, he saved Eureka and Jamaica. He was the world hero. News reporters took interviews with Aiden. Aiden was really famous at that point. Well, that's why the Olympics and the world have something in common.